Ciao friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Sophie and welcome to my world. I'm so excited for today's video because I get asked by so many of you many different questions surrounding the theme of my fluency in Italian, how or where I learned to speak Italian as fluent as I speak it today. So if you are new to the crew, I am an American who has been living in Italy for a couple of years now, and I do speak Italian fluently. I'm not sure if you've seen any of my Italian videos. Ciao a tutti e benvenuti sul mio canale. Ciao ragazzi e bentornati sul mio canale. Ciao a tutti e bentornati sul mio canale. Ciao amici, oggi sono molto emozionata perché, and so I get asked all the time, how did you learn Italian? Where did you learn to speak Italian? How long did it take you? And I'm so excited for today's video because I'm not only going to share with you how I learned to speak Italian as fluent as I speak it today, but I'm going to share my top tips with what worked for me. Hopefully they'll work for you if you're learning a language or you're aspiring to learn a language. And I'm super stoked to be partnering up with Babbel for this video because Babbel is not only the perfect language learning app to get you ready to learn a new language or to perfect the language that you've already started learning, but I personally use them in this journey to becoming fluent in Italian. So shout out to Babbel and let's get into it, shall we? So my tip number one is you have to have a motivation behind why you're learning a language. You have to ask yourself, why do I want to learn this language? What is the motivator behind it? Because if you're not motivated, you're going to see learning a language a hassle and something that you have to do rather than something that you want to do. So my love affair with Italy began when I was a little girl. I grew up coming to Italy. My grandfather is from Rome. And I remember telling myself at the age of 7 years old, one day I will live in this country. And look where I am now. I'm living in Rome, living my dream life here. A big motivator to master Italian for me was, yes, the Italian culture, moving to Italy, loving everything Italian, but also my Italian now fiance who does speak English, but it's always a motivator to learn the language of your significant other, even if they speak your mother tongue. You want to impress them, right? So for you learning a language, whether it's a job that's taking you to another country to live, or whether it's a significant other, or whether it's just the love for the culture and the country, you decide what your motivator is, and that is going to be your first stepping stone to master the language that you're wanting to learn. The next step is probably a given one, and that is enroll in classes, enroll in language classes. Whether you take night classes after work, or whether it's signing up for a class in university if you're still in college, that's amazing. But I definitely say without the bases, I mean grammar and vocabulary, it's going to be very difficult to fluidly speak conversationally. So you want to get those bases down, that way you can have a basic knowledge of the language and its structures. So I know, especially if you are already an adult and you're working full-time, it's probably going to be difficult to enroll in a language class, right? I know that I didn't have the time after I graduated college. For those of you who didn't know, I did actually minor in Italian in college. I studied it for 3 years, but if you don't use it, you lose it after university. I lost Italian, and so I didn't have time to go and enroll in a class again. I wanted to refresh the basics that I already had. I was going to Italy for a work trip, so what I did was I actually used Babbel. Babbel it's not just a language app that you can download on your phone or on your computer. It's actually tailored to what you are wanting to learn. What are you wanting to get out of the language? Are you wanting to just learn the basic grammar and simple vocabulary? Are you wanting to work on your writing skills? It's a platform where it gives you real life situations to practice the language. So you not only learn useful words and phrases, but you also learn colloquial terms that only Italians or that only locals will be using, so that when you do go to the country to visit, you already know these real life situation vocabulary and phrases and you can use them directly when needed in this new country. So whether it's restaurant terms, at the airport, meeting new people, or even business, it's really awesome because it is tailored to your needs and you can choose what courses you need the most. You can really direct the way of your courses and choose what's going to be best for you, and it's definitely more interactive. The depth of the content that they have is insane. Speaking Italian fluently, I still take Babbel courses to brush up on my Italian, and some of the courses are difficult for me, so they're for all different levels, and you will definitely be able to find a course for you. So if you don't have time to enroll in a real actual life course, it's perfect because you can take a course on the subway on the way to work, or on your way home, or while you're cooking dinner. It's super convenient and super enjoyable. I find myself having fun, and that's also a really big motivator too, right? You have to have fun while you're learning the language, because if not, then what's the point? The next tip that I have that really helped me with my Italian is watching films, TV shows in the language that you're trying to learn. So for example, when I first moved to Italy, the only thing that I could find on TV that I semi-enjoyed was Friends and Sex and the City. Italy dubs all of their programs.
Io lo so molto bene che non lavoro qui da tantissimo tempo, ma mi stavo chiedendo se fosse possibile avere $100 di anticipo sui miei stipendi.
So I had to watch Friends and Sex and the City in Italian. The good news is that I have already seen every single episode from every single season numerous amounts of times. I kind of know these shows like the back of my hand. So choose a show, a series, a movie, even a cartoon, like a Disney movie, and watch it in that language, because the simpler it is going to be, the more you're going to be able to understand it. And if you already know what they're saying or what's going to happen in the show or the movie, and you're watching it in this new language, it will help you. Even put the subtitles on in that language so you can read as you hear. And I can now proudly say that I can go to the cinema in Italy and watch an Italian movie and not need subtitles and understand everything. So that really helped me when I first came. Pick one of your favorite shows, movies, kids movie, and watch it in the language that you are trying to learn. The next tip I have is to speak with children, from the language that you're learning. And I know not everyone has kids around that speak the language that you're trying to learn, but what really helped me was Emilio's nieces and nephews. They're Italian, they don't really speak English. Speak a more simple Italian, and they don't judge you. I find myself much more comfortable expressing myself. If I don't know a word, I can ask the kids. Però come si dice?
Con le salatine.
Ah, con le salatine. And they just tell it like it is. They'll say, no, you said it wrong. They'll correct you. They're so naive and innocent, but I would rather be corrected by a kid than by an adult. And that's just me personally. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but what has really helped me was having conversations with these little Italian kids, because they're awesome and they don't judge you. So something that has also helped me before coming to Italy and even while I'm still here in Italy is language apps. As I mentioned, Babbel is a great replacement for language courses if you don't have the time or luxury to go physically into a language course. But Babbel is also a language app, so you can download it on your phone, have it at your fingertips. I use it a lot in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee. I like to do a quick refresher course on how to write a letter of business, just something to kind of put the language into my mind in the morning. That way I'm feeling confident and I'm feeling ready to conquer the Italian world in Italian. You can download your lessons on an Android, iPhone, and on your computer, on your desktop computer. You can download the courses that you're interested in and use it offline. So if you're traveling and you don't have Wi-Fi or cellular data, you will have all of the courses that you wanted to have on your phone offline already downloaded. So it's super convenient and super easy to use on the go in another country. And my last big tip for you guys, big reason how I mastered Italian is immersion. So I truly believe that one of the best ways to learn a language, apart from all of the other things that I mentioned before, is to immerse yourself in that country and surround yourself with people who don't speak your mother tongue. So I know this is very difficult. Not everyone can just quit their jobs and just travel in the country that they want to learn the language. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I left corporate life in Boston, Massachusetts to pursue la dolce vita, to pursue my love for languages, and if it didn't work out, I said that's fine. America will always be there. I can go back. But for me, it was a big step, and I know not everyone can take that step, and that's okay. But I really recommend trying immersion, whether it's even a week, a vacation in Italy or wherever you want to learn the language. Maybe you try to find like a home exchange or stay with a host family. If you are in university and you're studying abroad, I really recommend the host family option if you are interested in learning the language. Because I will tell you, if you are surrounded by people who speak your mother tongue and you're in an uncomfortable situation and you can't express yourself in the language you're trying to learn, you will always revert back. Immersion is such an amazing way to learn a language. Let me just give you a really simple example. Like this word, pen. Yeah, you usually learn pen in like basic vocabulary, but I don't know, if you don't know the word for pen, you can use all of the vocabulary that you have already learned that's here in your noggin to describe the word pen, and that way the receiving end will understand what you're saying. For example, I would say, you know that thing that you use to write, it can be blue, it can be black, it can be any color, and they'll say, oh, pen. Yes, pen. So that you have to basically search for all of the vocabulary that's already in your brain to come up with ways to express and explain the one word that you don't know. And you have to be with people who don't speak your mother tongue, because you have to go out of your comfort zone for a little bit. You'll achieve so much more if you go out of your comfort zone, because these obstacles are so amazing to overcome. You can say, look, I know I seem like a silly child trying to explain the word pen to you, but you are trying to learn another language. No one said it's gonna be easy. It wasn't easy for me. I didn't learn it overnight. It takes time. And you have to be patient with yourself, and other people will be patient with you because they're not trying to learn another language. How amazing and inspiring that you are trying to learn another language. They're not, so they can't judge. So never feel like you're not worthy. Learning a new language is one of the most empowering things, at least that I've done in my life, and I'm so proud of it. And it's so amazing that you're here wanting to learn my story and hopefully starting a story of your own. Are you guys trying to learn a new language or in the process of trying to master a language? I would love to hear from you. Comment down below, and I would also love to know why. What's the motivator for you behind learning the language? Today's actually your lucky day because Babbel is actually providing my amazing friends here a special offer for signing up for their app. You guys, I don't speak about anything on here if I don't really truly believe in it, and I still use Babbel. So I think it's an amazing tool to learn a new language, and the team of language experts coming up with the courses and the material really does make it worth it and make it a fair priced product. If you guys are interested in checking out Babbel, trying it out, then I will link the special offer from them down below so you guys can check it out and hopefully master the language that you've always dreamt of mastering. And thanks so much, guys. If you did like this video, don't forget to hit that red button and to subscribe for more videos like this, and that way you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much again, guys, for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you until my next video. Ciao!